Alright, so today we're talking about snow photography. Have you ever taken photos in the snow that it looks like this? Gray and dull, as you could see. Well, if this happens to you all the time, this is the right video for you. Stay tuned. So the camera is programmed to decide the colors based starting on gray. So for the camera everything is middle gray. And so for the camera to understand that the snow is actually white is quite difficult. The camera thinks, as you see so much brightness in the shot, it thinks this must be gray, and it turns gray. For the camera, the right exposure is when it's gray, you know. And so in this situation, as you can see, if I put my camera on automatic mode and I take the shot over here, the camera will do, you check the setting, and the camera will do 100 ISO, that's pretty good, 7.1 aperture, which is fine because it's a kind of, you want a kind of a lot of depth of field, and 125 over 125 shutter speed. All right, so then when you look at this photograph, you can see it's dull and gray. You know? I don't know if you can see, dull and gray. Huh? So then what tells me, if I'm gonna go up on manual mode and then I modify the settings, I'm gonna go and move the exposure to +1 of exposure, so the camera will think this is overexposed by one stop. And I take this photograph. Now look from yourself. Now the snow is white as it should be. So it's a pretty straightforward thing to do. You just have to, all the time there is snow, quite a lot of snow in the shot, put one stop of extra exposure. So tell the camera, although the camera is telling you is right one stop below, tell the camera I want one stop overexposed, and you get a beautiful result of white snow. Here another example. Put the camera in the normal setting to average exposure. Take a shot. Dull and gray. +1 of exposure. Bright and beautiful. It works all the time. Sometimes when it's dark, you might want to do 1 or nearly 2 overexposed. Don't exaggerate too much, because then otherwise you're going to have too much problem with the highlights. Pretty much all the time, 1 stop overexposed is perfect. Hey you! Are you still here? Another thing to consider is that sometimes the snow reflects the colors. So reflects, for example, in this situation, reflects the yellow of the sun. So the snow tends to turn yellow. Most of the times it turn blue. So cold color. So you need to check a little bit your white balance. But the best thing, if you're shooting raw, that's the best thing, because then you can always, as you import the photo on your computer, you can always adjust the white balance as you please. You have to find the photo that pleases you. First of all, you are the artist, you decide when the photo is nice to your eyes. Then hopefully a bigger audience will love your work, okay? Yeah, yes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, does the same thing apply to the video as well? Yes, of course. Have a look. The camera set on video mode. Dull and gray, up, +1, there we are, ready for filming. Nice and white snow, pretty simple, hey? Keep following Fabulous Outdoor Photography, let's go! In the next video we're going to talk about the triangle of exposure, so the ISO, the shutter speed and the aperture, how these 3 parameters plays a big role in your exposure and your creativity into the shot. And but force yourself to use the manual mode. It will take a while, It'll be a longer way of process of learning, but it's much more rewarding when then you finally you get to do the photograph that you want, and you see other photographers that inspire you do it. Applies when you use your mobile phone as well. See, for the mobile phone everything is so grey, so you just have to tap the screen and brighten up the exposure. You go up by one, you go up until you see that it's bright enough, and then you take the shot and take a look for yourself. This is nice and bright and right exposed picture. Thank you for following Fabulous Outdoor Photography. It's Fabo here at Fabulous Sport on Instagram. You're welcome to follow and subscribe. And stay tuned for more video to come. If you could press the like button, that would be much appreciated. That makes me encourages more to do more videos. And I hope to see you next video. Bye!